now streaming live. Full TV begins now.
Happy Sunday, everybody, as your source for esports racing comes live. How the heck are you doing on this great Sunday evening? Celebrating here after the 4th of July weekend, tailing down as we get ready to go back to those Monday blues tomorrow, but we'll end your weekend the right way with a double dip tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network over at Dwr Ewraps Racing. We start the night this evening with the Dwr Ewraps UMP Modified Series. Lakeland, Florida's USA International Speedway is the battleground here tonight, and we're happy to have you aboard via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil Lacasse here, along with my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, here for a Sunday early evening matinee. UMP Modifieds, Todd, Lakeland, Florida, U.S. International Speedway. Pretty good little car count we got here for an early Sunday night. How the heck are you?
Doing fantastic. About a minute and 30 seconds left of qualifying here. We're going to set it down trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
A wonderful rendition of the national anthem to get us started here tonight, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you to our buddy James Grace for this awesome round there of a national anthem. Very happy to have that. Gracious to James for allowing us to put that out there. But as we come live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV, I see our buddies Caleb Ramsey, Justin Sick out there, Ryan Oakes, Diane Welsh out there as well. Great to see you all tuning in. Do us all a favor if you haven't done so already. Like our link out there, share our links all over the place here via Facebook, YouTube. Let everybody know Todd and Phil are right here tonight at DWR, and Todd, heat race number 1 already on its way to the racetrack. 10 laps around the 3/4 mile. I'll throw it to you first for tonight's first Boyles Trucking starting lineup.
The first Boyles Trucking starting lineup of the evening, heat race number 1 in the Mighty Modifieds here, like I said, Ewraps Modifieds at USA International Speedway. Starting on the ball, driving the 010. That is Casey Brunson, his yes brother outside, qualifying 4th. Really happy about that. That was Caleb Ramsey. Inside row number 2, starting in the 3rd star position, that's a 53 machine, that's Chadwick Rigby, and outside of him will be the 073, that is Steve Robbins. Inside row number 3, that'll be the Damn Boy Racing number 07 to Justin Pruitt. It's his brother outside driving the number 51, that is Justin Gledhill. Gledhill aboard the number 51. Bringing up shotgun on the field, driving the 117, that is Derek Debris. Debris aboard the 117, we called for 7. We have all 7 cars out here for the Dwr heat race number 1.
Yes, we do. 7 bullets out there to take their 10-lap voyage route for heat race number 1. Looks like we got 3 heat races on the docket here tonight. So a pretty dang good, healthy crowd of UMP Modifieds here on an early Sunday evening. We're about to light this thing up tonight live on your source for esports racing as the lights go out around the 3/4 mile here. Beautifully prepared USA International Speedway, the dirt version done up for us here exclusively in iRacing. This racetrack is a pretty fun place to watch race, especially here in these UMP Modifieds, and they are stacked up 7 strong as they work their way up to number 4. Pace truck going to make its way in our very first iRacing flag, green flag of the night. Rolls out to the field, and it is Casey Brunson who put on Hard Motorsports quick time of the evening on the board. Casey going to lead the field for the first time off too.
And Casey Brunson, that 010 machine leading the charge down the back straight away. Second right now is Chadwick Rigby, and that number 53 machine Ramsey running in third. Fourth is Justin Pruitt, the 07 machine, the Evil One Graphics number 07. The bright yellow car, those guys are already setting a pretty torrid pace. Those 4 running away from the rest of the field.
They sure are. They've checked away and hid like the other guys were just kind of standing still because I try to look to see where 5th place is, and they're already back in turn number 3. They're already been a half lap behind the race leader, Casey Brunson, who in his own right, he's got 5 car lengths over that battle for second. When we find Chad Rigby and Caleb Ramsey, they'll race it on. Caleb's going to try to take it to the low side, racing on for second now for turn 1.
Yeah, Ramsey definitely trying something completely different out there, trying to get around the number 53, Chadwick Rigby. Ramsey fighting side by side down the back straightaway here to turn number 1. It is Ramsey with a slider on Rigby. Rigby gets crossed up a little bit in the 53 machine, leaves the door wide open for Pruitt. Here comes Pruitt for third.
Yep, Pruitt going to look to the low side for third there is Chad. A little bit of a hiccup there in the 53 and 13, so it helped as he slid up the hill, but they didn't make contact, but it was pretty dang close. A look at Pruitt driving it deep into 1 and 2, slides way up the racetrack, thought he may grab third, but opened that door wide for Rigby to reclaim it back, and Pruitt had issues of his own. He found stuff hard on the outside wall. He's still trying to get that car wrestled away, Todd. He's going to be 4th as Casey Brunson continuing to lead as we put lap 5 up to the scoreboard.
Yeah, Brunson definitely setting fast at a torrid pace here in the 010 tonight, even the quick time. Yeah, Hard Motorsports quick time, like you said, Phil, and he is showing why he was quick time here this evening, able to stay consistently faster than the rest of the field. 23.073 last time by. It's almost a half a second faster than the rest of the field. 010, but Caleb Ramsey right now running for second, Rigby running third, 4th is Justin Pruitt. Glenhill quite a ways back there in the 5th position. 6th would be Derek Debris, who is 3 laps down here, Phil, in the 6th position.
Yeah, him and Steve Robbins both tailing at 3 laps down out there on our 7 car field. Casey Brunson making quick work here. We did say Casey did set tonight's quick time in qualifying. The fastest driver in the opening round of practice, Todd, well, this happens to be that car sitting in the 2nd spot, Caleb Ramsey. He's done a pretty good job here tonight. Put it there top of the board in practice, qualified 4th, and is holding on to a pretty stout second over Chad Rigby. They are all single file, strung out over this Lakeland, Florida USA International Speedway as this time by. We're complete lap number 7 on the board, so 3 laps remaining. And Casey Brunson just driving away. He's got 10 car lengths on the field off of 2.
Yeah, Brunson definitely driving away from the number 13 machine. That's a 2.5 second advantage over Caleb Ramsey in the bulletproof number 13 machine. And he's trying to dig in deep and trying to see if he can catch Brunson machine. I just don't think he has enough to do it right now. We're going to have to go back to the trials to try what's going on because 2.7 seconds as Popsicle Sticks is in the air.
2 more trips around this 3/4 mile. It's a long sweeping racetrack, and these cars, as you said, Todd, about 23.5 seconds around this joint right now for the fastest cars out there, like Casey Brunson, who has just extended his lead. And this time by, it's going to be 2.7 at least as we wait for Caleb Ramsey, 2.768. So they were just about equal that time by, but Casey's got a big run on Caleb. You got Rigby there for 3rd, Pruitt and Glenhill, your top 5 as we work down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. And heat race number 1 is going to go to the 010 of Casey Brunson, who has just put it down here in a big way. I said earlier this week, Todd, he was going to be a winner here at DWR rather soon. He stakes claim to our first heat race win of the night. Ramsey in for 2, Chad Rigby for 3rd, Justin Pruitt, Justin Glenhill, Derek Debris, Steve Robbins running out our 7-car field here for heat race number 1. So that was pretty good right there as Brunson just tore these guys out of the water. Wonder what we have in stat here for heat race number 2 because we got 6 more cars ready to fire its way out here to the racetrack.
6 more cars going to be locked and loaded here for heat race number 2, the Voiles Trucking heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, driving the number 18 machine, that's going to be Kyle Surratt. That's part of the outside, driving the number 61 machine, that is Josh Peacock. Inside row number 2, starting in the third starting position, driving the double knot, that is Michael Whitlock. That's part of the outside is Terry Joyner aboard the 711 machine. Starting in 5th, the number 71 of Daniel Stifler and RJ Klein, rounding out your 6 cars here in heat race number 2.
And it is really good to see that 14 car back with us. Old RJ Klein going to roll off on the outside of the third row, so the call out there for 6, and I think we got them all. So I'm going to do a little math here. I think 7 plus 6 plus 6. I'm going to say that's an even 20 cars out here tonight in Lakeland, Florida. I think that's a pretty healthy crowd here for an early Sunday evening. No coming off the holiday weekend. I'm sure folks that have been out there kind of celebrating all weekend long, maybe a little bit tired, is we slow things back down at a Sunday night, but we're going to keep that high speed revving because we're going to have a great night with DWR here, starting off the evening with the Dwr Ewraps UMP Modified Series. We'll roll in to the Sunday Shootout Series at about 8:15 Eastern here right in the Lakeland, Florida Speedway. USA International will be here all evening long with the boys at DWR. The pinnacle of iRacing Dirt Leagues as they do it here great ways on a Sunday night, and also part of the invitation-only Wednesday night street fights, the highly acclaimed, and you can't replicate what those guys do on Wednesday night. Those guys put some terrific racing on. Looking forward to getting back here this coming week with those fellas, but we still got a big event tonight here with the Dwr Ewraps UMP Modified Series as we're going to get set for a 40-lap main event by heat race number 2. Going to be 1 lap away from firing under green flag, and look at our front row for this one. You got Kyle Surratt, a guy who swept both races here last Sunday night. Can he repeat here tonight and take 2 weeks in a row in these UMPs? How about Josh Peacock, a guy who has really set the world on fire here recently? He has won a lot of races. How about a guy like Michael Whitlock, who has come so close here in the last couple of weeks multiple times? Can he finally steal a win here on the network? So a lot of racing we're going to be left to go here over the course of the evening. 10 more trips around to make. We still got 1 more heat race to go before we open it up for a 40-lap feature event with the UMPs here tonight. And then we switch gears over to the street stocks. My most favorite mod in all of iRacing to cover and broadcast, and maybe about there and drive one of these days. I've been itching to kind of do that again, so looking forward to where this night is going to go. But what do you say, Todd? We get back to racing. As you got racing guy flag, green flag, going to fly this time off of 4.
That green flag is in the air, and it is Kyle Surratt leading the charge down into turn number 1, the 61 machine of Josh Peacock running to the outside there, he's right now in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Michael Whitlock aboard the double knot machine. 4th is the number 711 of Terry Joyner right now diving back down to the bottom side-by-side battle for the 3rd spot there with Whitlock. Here comes RJ Klein. We haven't seen him in quite some time. He's digging it down to the bottom side. There in the number 14 machine. USA provides some pretty good racing, pretty wide surface here on the very, very long track here. Live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I tell you what fantastic racing we got going on. We have more fantastic racing coming up. It looks like the double knot machine having a little flirtatious with the wall there. He's going to drop all the way back to 6, but meanwhile up front it is Kyle Surratt with the lead. Here comes Peacock to the outside in that 61 machine.
Yeah, Josh trying to get that thing wound up high. The HL number 61 off of turn number 4. Keeps us stuck in the outside lane, trying to make waves out there. Kyle Surratt running for the Bulletproof Motorsports machine. I should say 61. Sorry about that. Bulletproof Motorsports machine. Got my teams mixed up there, but it is Surratt leading over Josh Peacock as we stay single file. Battle down for the 3rd spot. RJ Klein going to make his way to the inside of Terry Joyner. They race it on for 3rd up too.
Good racing going on for that 3rd spot. The 711 Terry Joyner able to hold on here. McCline diving back down to the bottom side there, side-by-side battle for that 2nd spot. Guys, if you like what you see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you share our link out there. Make sure you smash that button and let us know. Go over to YouTube and make sure you like our YouTube page is a even higher quality over there. The YouTube Full Velocity Racing Network leading out each other. The McCline machine to the 14 and the 711. Joyner will lead. McCline makes it into that 3rd spot. Like I said, make sure you go out there and share. If you like also what you see here, make sure you guys hit us up with some star donations. It helps us out here. It helps keep our broadcasting rates kind of cheap for the leagues. It helps do some other great things with the Full Velocity Racing Network. Whether or not we got some things coming up, we do have some things in the back burner right now that are actually burning up and we're about ready to be able to and unveil them here in the next couple of weeks. So I cannot wait to see that happen here. But remember, star donations go a long way, fellas, and share it out there too. That goes also a long way.
Yeah, it sure does. We have a good little race going on here. Taught side by side for the race lead now on lap number 7. Josh Peacock has brought the battle to Kyle Surratt's number 18. Now Kyle's stuck in the outside lane. Look at the number 61, that white bulletproof motorsports machine. He's going to make his dive bomb move to the inside. Looks like he's going to claim the lead. Look at now Surratt. He is under pressure from R.J. Klein's number 14. R.J. going to look for second over in turn number 1.
Yeah, R.J. Klein right now running in the third spot. He's just right there, almost making a 3-wide battle for the race lead. As Peacock back down to the bottom side here, trying to get around Surratt. And then number 18, machine not able to do so. But I tell you what, these guys fighting like it's the last lap, and it's not. Looking up and up on popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway. A little bit of contact between Joyner and Whitlock over there in a battle for that 4th spot. But we're staying on the lead here. The 61 dives it back down to the bottom. He is down there catfishing it, trying to get around Surratt. But Surratt's got the momentum on the top shelf of the speedway down the back straightaway.
Sure does. And I'm looking at that 14 of R.J. Klein, and I keep seeing, I think he's going to bet. He's to maybe trying to put that car in the middle. Though the problem is the turn's kind of narrow off the exit, so I'm not sure there's going to be enough room for 3 cars to stick there. So R.J. Klein running the wings there in third. They continue to stay side by side for the race lead now with white flag up the speedway. Surratt going to bounce off the outside wall, going to let Peacock have it all by his lonesome. R.J. Klein going to take one more stab to the low side. Can Peacock hold on? Surratt going to fire back down there. It's a drag race down for the second spot off of 4 coming to the checker.
Off of 4, it's going to be the 61 of Josh Peacock taking down the win. Surratt is going to finish up in the 3rd spot, unfortunately, but going to finish up second. It's going to be R.J. Klein, Kyle Surratt, Terry Joyner, and Daniel Stifler, and Michael Whitlock. Those cars will be your Heat Race 2 where they finish there, Phil. So great race going on between those guys. Also, guys, want to take a moment before we start gridding here for Heat Race number 3. I know we're starting to grid, but before we go through that starting lineup, gotta have you guys take a look. We got the schedule on the website. Now we have the schedule up and coming. It is currently current there on the Facebook page. You can see our schedule of events, what is going on. You can follow us even closer if you're just used to following Facebook Live. You can follow us real close there. It's on the right-hand side of our page if you visit it there on Facebook. Also, you can visit us at fullvelocitytv.com. That's where you can book your live events here with us. But you can also now follow it on Facebook Live here. Every scheduled event is up there now, so you'll be able to see what time we're going to be going live.
Yeah, I gotta say, kudos to my brother Todd for getting all that work done for us here. He's got all that into that Facebook calendar. If they ever stop updating stuff, I wouldn't figure out how to break it. So I'm glad you took the candor for us today. Got all the events out there so you guys can see all that coming live. But we are going to have a lot to do. And, of course, once again, full schedule events and everything to do with Full Velocity Racing Network. Head over to fullvelocitytv.com as Heat Race number 3 rolling its way to the 3/4 mile here in Lakeland, Florida. And on the pole is going to be car number 73 of Stephen Moore with number 88. The RJM Motorsports number 88, that is Kevin Prettyman. Inside of number 2 into the RJM car. Aboard car number 25, that is Henry Jones. And alongside the Eichstadt Wraps car number 12, that is Eric Eichstadt. In row number 3, the inside, the number 78 of Steven Radunes. And on the outside, rolling shotgun, it is climber time because we find the number 98 of David Clymer on the outside of the 3rd row. So this is 6 pretty good race cars here. 10-lap voyage around the 3/4 mile. Lights are extinguished around the speedway. And a half lap from now, Todd, we are going to fire these things out for 10 more laps of exciting green flag racing here in USA International Speedway. Look at that great little front row. Stephen Moore, Kevin Prettyman, a new name over here to DWR this season, and he has run so far so good this season. I wonder what he's going to do here in our 3rd and final heat race of the night as we get ready to go racing, this time off of 4.
Yeah, getting ready to put the loud pedal down off of turn number 4, green flag, the Irish sky flag, green flag up in the air here for heat race number 3, the 3rd and final heat race of the Eichstadt Wraps Modified Tour here tonight is at USA, and they've been putting on a good show here. Look at Eric Eichstadt up to the 3rd spot. The number 12 machine, he's letting her eat down there onto the bottom side, now side by side.
Whoa!
We have the 88 of Prettyman up on the top shelf of the speedway, and he's riding the wall. He thought that was a little bit faster, maybe got some forward bite off there, but that was not where he wanted to be. Unfortunately, the number 88 back to the 6th position there. The RJM Motorsports number 88 dropping to the back here. A little bit of a difference of trying to knock down that wall fill. He thought he could get some more grip up there.
And I don't know if he was looking for grip, but what he almost had right there was lift off. As all 4 tires were off the ground, and man, that was a pretty wild. I was on top of that car when it happened, and holy crap, what a ride that was. Kevin pretty been able to hold on, not going to fall to the rear of the field, but up front, look at the race leader as he's continuing to circle now on the lap number 3. It is Stephen Moore, 73. Eric Eichstadt up to second with 12 car, but David Clymer's 98. He has come to the back. And Clymer time, he is looking to dig for more. He may make a pin for the second spot. He's going to peak low over in 1.
And David Clymer in the 420 machine looking to the bottom side here of the DWR. Dwr Racing Eichstadt Ewraps number 12 machine. And right now he's running in that second spot. Look up the 420 down to the bottom side by side, trying to take over almost a slider there. The 420 machine not able to complete the pass, so Eichstadt able to hold on to second.
That is a 420 on the side of that car, and as I put my face right up on the screen to read the numbers down the back straight away. Yeah, it is a 420 of David Clymer running in the 3rd spot. A little sneaky with the number changes out there for these guys this season. But so far, so good for Stephen Moore, number 73 this time by. He is going to get, the cross flags down, 5 in, 5 laps remaining. Moore going to lead over Eichstadt, Clymer, Henry Jones, Steven Raduns, our 5 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Prettyman had something break in the front end. He brought that thing on the pit road. That was a pretty wild ride he took there in the opening lap there over in turn number 1, but so far so good. Up front, Stephen Moore holding off Eric Eichstadt. Eric's got a pretty good piece in his own right. He's going to make a bit to the low side for the race league off of 4.
As we go, Monstar on board camera shots here with the number 12 of Eric Eichstadt, Electric Eric there in that second spot. Watching him go to work, seesawing on that steering wheel through the corner here. They enter the front straightaway by the main grandstand here at USA. As you watch out the front window and look at the number 73 is Stephen Moore. Eichstadt really down at the bottom, almost next to the grass there in the number 12 machine.
He's doing a good job. Yeah, he is skirting with the grass down there. But you see that, Todd? There's a wall down there, mainly on the inside. You're probably not going to want to go down there if you want to do it. You're probably going to bounce off and slide up the racetrack, get on that little grassy area. That's usually not what grip relies on these dirt tracks. So usually not a good idea, but next time by, it is going to be 2 to go for the flag stand. That's going to be a pretty good idea, especially for the race leader, Stephen Moore, trying to hold off Eric Eichstadt, David Clymer, the entire field. Single file around the 3/4 mile. You've got Henry Jones in there for 4th and Steven Raduns currently running at your top 5 off of turn number 2. Next time by, it's going to be white flag in the air with a driver of the 73, Stephen Moore, leads by 2 car lengths over in 3.
Yeah, Moore's really up on the top shelf for the Speedway. Is he coming off down the, I believe this is the front straightaway here. Yes, indeed it is. So he's going to get the white flag in the air here for that number 73 machine. One more trip around. Can he hold on over Eric Eichstadt, David Clymer, Henry Jones, Steven Raduns, and Kevin Prettyman? Those are your 6 cars out there in the turn number 3 for the final time. It is the number 73 with the lead off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 3. It's going to be the 73 of Stephen Moore. Second going to be the number 12 of Eric Eichstadt. Then the David Clymer 420 machine, the 25 of Henry Jones, Steven Raduns, and Kevin Prettyman going to round out your 6 cars.
Yes, it is. So that should do it here for this part of qualifying. Anyways, heat races have come to their completion. It looks like I'm just waiting to see where we bounce around onto next. So while we do that, it's a pretty good time here to think of our great sponsors out here to make the Full Velocity Racing Network possible for all you guys out there to view. Got to thank great folks like Tyler over at Hanover Record Service. Check them out today on Facebook at Hanover Record Service. Go over to google.com today, search up Hanover Record Service. Get his Google portfolio going on. And Tyler, thanks for all your help out there. Really appreciate it, buddy. Also going to say hello and thanks to our buddy Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag. You got to get one of those iFlag telemetry widgets. They will no doubtably give you an upper hand over the competition. Check them out today at iRacingIFlag.com. Also going to say thank you and hello to Brian and Kathy Boyles. Hope they've celebrated a really good July 4th holiday down in the Arkansas area down there, BB, Arkansas. Boyles Trucking, doing commercial freight transfers, truck leasing, whatever you may need. No job too big or too small. Check them out today over on Facebook. Boyles Trucking. Thank them very much for what they do. Also going to say thank you to Sam and Vlad over at BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. You go over to BladeNode.com, use promo code FBRN. You'll get 25% off your first month of your yearly subscription. Once again, check them out, BladeNode.com. Also, a big shout out to our buddy Scott Bogloff down at the South Texas Speedway. It is Corpus Christi's place to race. It is an awesome racetrack running on Saturday nights. Check them out today. SouthTXSpeedway.com. Thanks Scott and the boys for being a part of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also going to say hello and shout to our buddy Jake Keel as he is hashtag Make Dirt Track Racing Great Again over at Monstar Productions. They sponsor our onboard camera. Jake, a personality here for, on and off the Full Velocity Racing Network. Love what he does at the South Oklahoma Speedway. And give those guys a follow on Facebook. Monstar Productions with 2 R's. Thank those guys very much. Also going to say thank you to TDR Racing League, the sponsor of the Turtle. We're going to say thank you to Hard Motorsports there, the sponsor of our Quick Time. Got to thank Evil One Graphics, our buddy Jim Revis. Got to thank Jason Salter from Trash Panda Graphics. And also our buddy Brendan Spadafora over at Full Throttle with the Gent. Oh, he just lost his grandmother here yesterday, so our thoughts and prayers over the Spadafora family. So thank you to all those guys for what they do here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Todd, I thought it was time for our feature event, but I guess I'm a little premature on that. We have a consi here tonight, so 15 laps around. The call out there for, I believe, 7 cars. So as they grid and get ready to race, I'll throw it to you for a starting lineup.
Yeah, already gridded here as they're getting ready, locked and loaded for consolation event number 1. The one and only consolation here is they get the decide the positions where they're going to start here in the main. Starting on the pole, driving the number 51. That's Justin Gledhill. Daniel Stifler going to be to the outside of him. Inside row number 3 is going to be Steven Redunes aboard the number 78. Then Derek Debris aboard the 117 rolls off 4th. Rolling off 5th will be Michael Whitlock, Kevin Prettyman, and then Steve Robbins. Roger Field is green flags in the air here for the 15-lap consolation event here at USA.
15-lap consolation event. They're all going to race on to the feature event, but it looks like we're going to race for starting position here tonight. Gledhill and Stifler on your front row. Redunes, Debris, Prettyman, Robbins. I don't believe that Michael Whitlock's 00 was able to continue on tonight, so I think the 00 on the trailer. I'm sure Mike will be back out for the street stocks, but we'll go consolation racing as we get 1 lap complete. Justin Gledhill was great to see Justin back with us this week. He had a really good run here in the street stocks on Wednesday night. Can he put one more together tonight in the UMPs? Well, he's got Daniel Stifler, the Iceman, looking to his inside for the race lead over in 3.
Definitely Daniel Stifler down to the inside there in the number 71 machine. The number 51 of Gledhill up top, trying to hold on to the top spot there. They are in the consolation event as they come down the back straightaway here to turn front straightaway to turn number 1, excuse me. The 71 of Stifler just a little bit behind, probably 2.5 car lengths behind the number 51. Then you got Kevin Prettyman running in that 3rd spot in the number 88 machine, that bright green number 88. Steve Robbins right now running, or Steve Redunes, excuse me. Steve Redunes running in 4th. 5th is Derek Debris. Steve Robbins in 6th. And the number 073 machine trying to make things work there. Looks like Gary is trying to get used to a lot of these guys here. A lot of these guys run street stocks, and mainly street stocks. The transition to the modified is a little bit different here. A lot more horsepower, some different things going on. Hockey puck style tires as these guys try to get used to it as they transition off into the modified.
Hockey makes me feel cold. And it's definitely anything but cold out here in the Northeast where we both sit in this country right now. But up front, Daniel Stifler has been able to make his way around Justin Gledhill to grab onto the race lead. Now look at Kevin Prettyman's number 88. He's going to give the 51 at Gledhill all he can possibly do. We saw that bright green car trying for liftoff here in his heat. He's running a very solid 3rd. 88 point in the right direction. I don't think he wants to try that wall riding thing again, does he?
No, I don't think so. And I'm going to go Monstar Productions on board with that number 88 machine to see if maybe we can capture a wall ride or something there, Phil. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's got that all ironed out. Running in that 3rd spot, as you look out his front windshield, you see the 51 at Gledhill. Oh, boy. Car just jumped up at the screen on me here. That would have, that shook me just a tad bit. The 117 at Debris way down on the bottom machine as he's trying to complete a pass here on the number 88. So now you can see 3 cars out the windshield of the number 88 machine.
And Derek Debris did just a lot of look the power right there in that number 117 as he jumped in the middle of your screen. He made his way around pretty much to the low side. I don't know where Derek came from, but I'll tell you what, Justin Gledhill is feeling the wrath of that 117. Look at Mr. Debris. He's going to fire off for 2nd down off of the 3rd green.
And Derek Debris moving into that 2nd spot aboard the number 117 machine. He's having a little trouble there with the aliens there, Phil, so he keeps dropping in and out there. Aliens trying to take him away. I hope they're not going to do so there. Stay on a fantastic run, but he disappears for a good length of time. He runs to the bottom, trying to stay out of everybody's way, as now he loses the position there to the number 51, Justin Gledhill.
Or did he? Because he appeared back in the front of the 88 there and right behind the 51. So, yeah, Derek going to try to race it off for a second, but it's pretty tough. But you're the guy blinking, that's one thing. You're a guy like Gledhill not knowing where he is going to reappear. That's a whole other ball game. Gledhill now up to the high side. You breathe down low as they race it off for the second spot as we now start racing on lap number 10. So we're going to have 5 laps remaining here in our consolation event next time around, and it's been so far so good for the 71 of Stifler. Once he's grabbed his lead, you don't want to look back.
I definitely don't want to look back there, Phil, and just watching him there. He's almost a second ahead of the number, it says a second ahead of the number 117 machine. I think that scoring time looked just a tad bit off there as the break right there closing in on it. So I'm thinking what it's doing is when he's disappearing, it's just not counting him there as quickly as he is running that 117 machine. But 71 of Stifler holding on here to the top spot. The 117 starting to breathe down his neck, though, as they come off a turn at number 4. Stifler's going to get him here at the line. So we're going to have 4 laps remaining at USA for the consolation event.
Yeah, so far so good. Derek DeBree's connection for the time being looking to be pretty stable, so we can keep the X-Files music on hold for the time being. But he's going to make a look for the race lead now on Daniel Stifler over at turn number 3. Dan tries it in up high. Look at Derek running the low side. Thought he was going to make it stick that time through 3 and 4, but race car, that forward grip wasn't there through the middle. It's going to be Stifler to hold on to the lead over Derek DeBree. Justin Gledhill was falling back to Kevin Prettyman's number 88. That's a pretty good little race going on for third time off the exit, too.
Yeah, definitely a good race there going on there between Justin Gledhill, the white car there on the screen, and then the bright green number 88 machine for those who are not used to seeing some of these different drivers here in the modified series, or different pace schemes for that matter. They come up on popsicle sticks in the air here. Gledhill down to the bottom side, Prettyman back up to the top side. Meanwhile, there's a battle for the top spot there too, Phil. That poor green cone gets knocked out of the way by the 51 of Gledhill, but Stifler holding on, but here comes the 117 machine. He was down to the bottom once again, but he loses a little bit of momentum. Aliens messing with him.
Yeah, we made it to cue that music. He takes out that green cone. Green cones matter, dang it. Eric, what you taking all that hostility out on that green cone for? Is he tries to race it on, racing alongside Daniel Stifler with the race lead, but we are on the final lap of the consolation as we head down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4. For the final time, can Derek DeBree make one more ride? Can the aliens let him stay, or are they going to take him? A lot of trouble unfold off the corner. Checker flag going to go over Daniel Stifler. In the number 71, DeBree going to get second. Kevin Prettyman able to wrestle third away from Justin Gledhill. Steve Radunes will get fifth. Steve Robbins rounding out the field for our 15-lap consolation race here, the 3/4 mile Lakeland, Florida, USA International Speedway, live with the gang over at Dwr Warrior Racing tonight. DWR Dwr Ewraps UMP Modified Series. It is feature time. It is time to go racing. A 40-lap main event, Todd. The Cars and the Stars, UMPs, 18 strong on the racetrack. Let's go old school style. Take us through our Foils Trucking full velocity starting lineup.
As we look out over the field here at USA International Speedway, here from the start finish line by the flagger here, that nice camera we got mounted up there. The starting lineup is the Foils Trucking starting lineup is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the 010 here tonight's Hard Motorsports Quick Time. That is Casey Brunson. His dad's part of the outside driving the number 61 machine. That's Josh Peacock.
In row number 2, aboard car number 73 on the inside is Stephen Moore, and alongside the number 13, Caleb Ramsey rolls off on the outside of row 2.
Rolling off inside row number 3, driving the number 14. That is RJ Klein, and his Jason Brother outside. That's Electric Eric. Eric Eichstead aboard the Eichstead Wraps number 12 machine.
Pretty fast row right here in row number 4. First up on the inside, car number 53. That is Chadwick Rigby, and alongside last week's feature event winner at the Williams Grove Speedway aboard car number 18, Kyle Surratt rolls off 8th.
Rolling off inside row number 5, the number 420 machine, that is David Clymer. And his dancing part of the outside, driving the Damon Boys number 07 machine, that's Justin Pruitt.
7-11 rolls off tonight from position number 11. That is Terry Joyner, and alongside in the RJM, car number 25, Henry Jones rolling off 12th.
Rolling off inside row number 7, that's the Iceman himself, that's Daniel Stifler aboard the number 71. And outside of him, starting 14th, that's the 117, that's Derek DeBree.
RJM brings us also car number 88 rolling off from 15th tonight. That'll be Kevin Prettyman, and alongside the number 51, that is Justin Goodhill.
Next row back inside row number 9, that'll be the 78. That's Steve Radunes, and his days are brother outside. Driving the 073, that's Steve Robbins. Whitlock was scheduled to start. Scratch on the field, not making the call. Already car in the trailer, getting ready for the Sunday night shootout series coming live here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. So he's already getting that car out there, Phil, and getting it ready.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to unload the street stock, get that thing ready. So put the scratch and going about as fast as one of my gutter balls out here. The modifies was Mike Whitlock, so he's going to put that thing in the trailer. They retired me from the bowling lanes a long time ago. We are going to get racing here tonight in Lakeland, Florida, off of turn number 4. iRacing, I-flag, green flag going to go in the air. We are racing off for 40 laps around, and it is going to be Stephen Moore, the number 73. He is going to lead the field down in turn 1.
Now the 010 machine of Brunson right now.
Brunson,
with the
my
top
bad.
spot. Kind of confused there. Is our first yellow flag going to come out there, Phil? The first Hannibal Wrecker Service yellow flag of the evening, going to slow us down here at USA International Speedway.
Yeah, right on the opening circle of the race. Slow it down and get down there to work in the booth. Todd wasn't working enough here today. The network doing all those links, putting the calendar back together for us. He's going to have to go to work now and give us our first Full Velocity BladeNode.com instant replay of the night, and it happened right on the opening lap in the opening turn of the race. Todd, go back there and tell us the story of what the heck happened, who went around. I've got a couple of guesses, but I'm not quite so sure I'm right.
So we're going to go to the Full Velocity Racing Network aerial coverage here, provided by, there's no provided by, it's right now Full Velocity Racing Network, but you can have your sponsor here, located on this each and every time we do an aerial shot, aerial coverage here. We're watching Eric Eichstedt involved into this one. He's already down on pit road. He had nowhere to go here. Phil, as you look at the number 12 machine, he's coming down to the bottom here, trying to get around the 13 of Ramsey. Ramsey kind of messes up a little bit mid-corner. That allows Eichstedt to go into the wall upside down. We have our first TDR turtle of the evening. Electric Eric upside down the number 12 machine.
That's not how you get rid of a nickname, but if the car is too damaged, it may be a good time to go visit Miss Minnie and grab a sandwich there, Eric, because upside down is never the place to be. But I'll tell you what, thanks to the guys at TDR for the sponsor of the Turtle and Eric Eichstedt, our first one of the night, and not the way you want to do it on the opening lap of a 40-lap feature event, is hopefully we get back to racing here in about a lap or so here in the state of Florida, where it is really, really hot down here today, very humid, and the racing is just as hot as the air temp. Casey Brunson going to lead over Josh Peacock, Stephen Moore, RJ Klein, and Chad Rigby, your top 5. You got Dale Boy 07 of Justin Pruitt in for 6, David Clymer in for 7, Kerry Joyner running 8, Daniel Stifler already worked his way up in a 9th, and Kevin Prettyman, he has found his way inside the top 10. So that stack up front, Todd, not only did it cost guys like Eric Eichstedt, but it got guys like Kyle Surratt and Caleb Ramsey, who all started up near the front half of the field. They're going to have to do some work down from the back part of this running order.
Yeah, as we get ready to go back to green flag, racing off of turn number 4. iRacing I-flag, green flag back in the air. The number 10 of Casey Brunson leads the charge. Down into turn number 1, the 61 machine, the Bulletproof Motorsports number 61. Peacock running second, 3 wide battle for that third spot there as Rigby kicked out a line there in the number 53 machine. The Chadwick Rigby machine was way down on the bottom. He had to back out of it, got a wicked loose there. Here comes the number 14 of RJ Klein. He moves up into the third spot.
He sure did, but I thought that was going to be pretty short-lived because who's that there behind him? Is that Stephen Moore behind him, the 73? Sure is. Stephen threw it in there almost pretty much full over in turn number 3 and 4 last time by, and I thought he was going to drive into the side of the 14 as hard as he entered the corner, able to hold on to the race car. RJ wrestles that thing up to 3rd, but Casey Brunson doing a hell of a job up front. He's got Josh Peacock right behind him. Peacock versus Brunson battling it out for the race lead down in turn 1.
Yeah, Brunson holding on to the top spot there in the 010 machine. Peacock running for 2. For 3 is RJ Klein, a little bit back from these guys. Going to see if we can travel back even further there, Phil. This is what happens at USA most generally. These guys start drifting apart a little bit. You'll start seeing them come together a little bit here later, but they drift apart. They come back together here as the field load wears off. You'll see things that are happening, but look at the 420 machine down to the bottom side.
Hey, sing it, Todd. They come apart. They go back together. Come on, man. You ain't going to sing for us on Sunday.
No, definitely not singing here tonight. Do want to remind everybody, though, we will have a trifecta here next Sunday night, there, the 14th. As we put on a show here for Dwr Series for Josh Smith's baby there, Phil, that has been inside the NICU and everything else going on there. A lot of issues there. And we're going to raise awareness to that and raise some money for the Smith family. We know how hard it is, the medical bills, stuff like that, but there is a way to get involved in that. Please stay tuned to the Full Velocity Racing Now, where everything goes on. Phil has a little bit more background information than I do. He was able to ink that, make sure that we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, the event is called Racing for Reed. It is going to be the triple. It's going to be the third part of my big triple header here 1 week from tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to spend the only part of the evening, as we always do, with the Youngstown Wrap UMP Modified Series, the DWR Sunday Shootout Series, and we're going to go switching gears next Sunday night at 10 p.m. Pro late models from the Lanier National Speedway, raising money for the Smith family, baby Reed, who's been struggling. These guys at the USA tonight, Todd, have not been struggling at all, but we're going to be under yellow flag for the second time here this evening on now lap number 11 of 40. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hanover Record Service, yellow flag. Going to put you back to work down there with a Full Velocity Racing Network replay presented by BladeNo.com, and I'm going to guess it's got a little bit to do with the 7-Eleven car of Terry Joyner, maybe encountering some issues with the wall.
Yeah, it definitely was, Phil. Terry Joyner, the 7-Eleven, is we watch him drift up the track here. He hits the wall a couple times, man. He's just, man, it looked awful. It looked like the track was really rough there, but it wasn't. He makes some more contact to the wall over here into turns 3 and 4, and finally just slows right on down here. Comes to a complete stop, brings out a yellow flag.
Yellow flag on the speedway on lap number 12. Going to slow the field down a little bit here and just kind of get us all resettled, restacked, and repacked, as Todd would say, to go back to racing. Casey Brunson has been the fastest car here tonight in the Lakeland USA International Speedway, leading over Josh Peacock and RJ Klein. Stephen Moore and Justin Pruitt gonna be your top 5. You're watching there via Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. I'm gonna try to scramble behind the scenes here, Todd. I'm gonna try to get you more information how to sign up for that Racing for Reed benefit coming up here next Sunday night. So I'll get that out there to those guys. Todd, I'll throw it back to you here as we work under the caution.
As we go up on the board here, we look at track information here, brought to you by the South Texas Speedway. Visit them on the web at www.southtxspeedway.com. Just looking at the track length here, 0.60 miles, 4 turns, 139 feet altitude. The race distance 24 miles here tonight. 87 track temp. You can see the wind from the northwest, going up about 5 miles an hour as of right now. It keeps changing here as we're fast approaching 6 miles an hour, but that does play a little bit of havoc here going on here. Just looking at a little bit of track information going on at the USA International Speedways. We're in turn number 2, entering the back straightaway. Lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com pace truck, the safety truck for that wheel, down the back straightaway. There's Josh Peacock and Casey Brunson, your front row. Then you got the 14 of RJ Klein, Stephen Moore, Justin Pruitt, and David Clymer. Those are your first 3 rows there. The 420 machine, David Clymer, looking pretty strong here too there, Phil, as we get ready to drop the hammer off of turn number 4. The pace truck down in. Green flag's back in there. iRacing I flag.
Yep, we go back to green. Casey Brunson going to slam that loud pedal down and lead the field off into turn number 1. And look at the run off the inside lane from that number 14 of RJ Klein. Like a missile, thought he was going to take over second from Josh Peacock, but he may not take over second. He may lose third as he made that move low. Stephen Moore, 73, is all wound up looking for that third position. They'll race side by side in the track race up.
Yeah, a lot of contact. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Pruitt down to the bottom side. A little bit more contact there. The 420 machine. A little bit of contact there. Is a lot of contact going on there, Phil, for a little bit as it settles down a little bit. As the 14 of RJ Klein right now holding on to the third spot, but yellow flag going to fly here once again. Third yellow flag of the evening. Hanover Record Service here tonight. Busy.
Very busy here early on here in the going. Lap number 16 of 40 on the board. Our third Hanover Record Service caution flag of the evening. Gonna slow the workings on down and put Todd back to work with a BladeNo.com Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay. And I'm gonna take a quick guess that I believe Derek Dubry may have been involved. Don't tell me the alien set a factor in this one.
Well, as we look here, Phil, and we cannot find the 117 machine. Must have came to a stop there on the track. iRacing seeing him on the track. We cannot see him on the track. As we're going to charge that yellow flag to Derek Debris, and the aliens trying to take off with the 117 machine here tonight. They've been trying here throughout the all evening long, and they still continue to try as we flashes by our camera again. So having a little bit of issues here tonight. So hopefully we can get those back ironed out and start his charge to the front.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Definitely the 117 as he got a little squirrely and disappeared on a view, and I don't think he's been completely brought back into view yet. Keeps kind of blinking on and off, so I don't know. The aliens may be looking him over. I'm not sure if they're studying him. Derek's a pretty good dude, and, you know, kind of a eccentric in his own right, if you will. So maybe the aliens are just kind of doing analyzation of him, Todd. That they think they want him, but they just can't make up their mind. And I don't know. I don't want to throw those stereotypes out there or something, but somebody's going to pull the trigger and making that decision. Let him go. Let him stay. It's slowing the works down here in Florida. Come on, man.
I don't know what's going on there, Phil. Derek having some issues. It's unfortunate there, and hopefully he's going to be able to get that all ironed out, because he does have one fast piece in that 117 machine. We're already to turn number 2. Lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com safety truck to enter the box right away. Casey Brunson maintains that lead in that 010 machine. Had a quick time here tonight. Hard Motorsports quick time, able to win his heat. Can he pull the trifecta off here tonight? He's got a lot of pack of hungry wolves behind him as they are restacked to repacked here, Phil. Into turn number 3, get ready to set that loud pedal down off of turn number 4. Pace truck pulling down and in really quickly here as we set them on their way. iRacing I flag, green flag back in the air.
Green flag goes back in the air. Casey Brunson going to lead the field once again down to turn number 1. And just as that last restart, RJ Klein going to try to take the peak to the inside of a 61 to Bulletproof Motorsports machine. Number 61 up Josh Peacock. Josh able to hold on for 2 for the time being. RJ going to try it again. Down to turn number 3, slipped up the racetrack just ever so slightly. He surrendered some time there. Now Peacock going to take the assault for the race lead up on Casey Brunson. That's going to bring something for the lead over there, Tom, over turn 1.
Yeah, Brunson ran it in a little deep there. There's not the door wide open as he pushed off the corner there for the number 61. And Peacock to dive down to the bottom side, down into turn number 3, put Peacock to the lead. The top spot has been wrestled away from the 010. Brunson's going to have to gather it back and see if he can make another charge at the number 61. That Bulletproof Motorsports number 61 of Josh Peacock. Here comes Brunson back down to the inside. Can he do anything?
He's going to have to try once again here off of turn number 2 as he gets that car to the low side. You can just see the forward drive is not happening right there right now. These cars that are up high, it looks like they're making some time. Casey going to try again. He's going to look for the race lead off of turn number 4. He slides up the racetrack in the pretty little drag race. Peacock going to carry him for how long? Casey's making that thing work on the low side down off turn 1.
Definitely good racing going on for the top spot. Good racing going on for the 4th position on back there. 4th right now being held on by Kyle Surratt, but Stephen Moore right there battling on the top side. But up front, here comes Brunson back down to the bottom, side by side through turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Brunson trying to pull a slider, not going to be able to complete it there. Off of 4, across the start finish line, still give that one to Josh Peacock, but Brunson not going away. Still door handle to door handle through turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Look at the wick there for the 61 as the lights up going down the back straightaway here, but Brunson's still right there, Phil, going into turn number 3.
Yeah, he may get it this time into 3 and 4 as he may wash up the hill and maybe steal a lead finally from Josh Peacock. The only problem they're going to have now is you look behind, you find the 14 of RJ Klein. He is locked in a dead heat battle with the 18 of Kyle Surratt, who was just carving through this field like a warm knife through butter. The 18 now up to 3rd. He may look for more to the low side down into turn 3.
Yeah, Surratt down to the bottom side by side with RJ Klein here through turn number 4. Looks like Surratt going to be able to complete the pass here for position number 3. Battle still waging a war here up top here with the number 61 machine of Peacock in the corner. the cone, the green cone.
Cones matter.
Cone's life matters. I just can't believe the poor green cone.
You know what, Todd? It's cone. Me. That's it. Hold on. You hear it here first. The cone obviously is deterring him from going down there. Put a Uke tire down there. That would monkey him up a little bit.
Well, the cone definitely doing its job down there. It's taking
Or cone.
it's taking a lot of hits, but a good battle going on for the lead still. And now it's a four-way battle here as Brunson has slipped back to the third spot there, Phil. And that 0-1-0 machine, Surratt now down to the bottom side. RJ Klein right there too. Anybody's race right now amongst the top four, as those guys are pretty close together down the back straightaway to turn 3.
Yeah, these guys are racing for their life 2 by 2 off into turn number 3 and 4, but until... Well, the yellow hanky comes back over the field. Hannibal Record Service caution flag number 4 going to find us on lap number 28. Going to slow the field back down. Going to put a period for the time being on that awesome racing going on up for the lead. Going to put Todd back to work down there in the control booth with a BladeNo.com Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay. And I'm going to take 2 guesses. It's going to be either... Well, it's not going to be pretty. How's that?
Well, it wasn't pretty there for a minute there as we were watching the 13 of Ramsey. It looks like it gets crossed up a little bit, had to get out of it there. I believe that was the number, I can't really see what number that was there, right there directly behind him. Another car got into the back of the number 13 machine of Ramsey, and 88 backed out. 53 full sent it in there. Chadwick Rigby ends up into the side of the number 88 machine of Prettyman, and they go head on into the wall there. You thought that the blows would be cushioned, but nope, definitely not. A lot of damaged cars there. The 53 and 88 going to have to take them pit side to repair their damage.
Yeah, it's a tough break for those guys. They hit those walls pretty hard. That's what they do. You're not supposed to go up to them. You don't want to hit them because they're going to tear the race cars up, maybe tear up some feelings, and they're definitely hurt as we parade back under the yellow flag here on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. That can be found by visiting our all-new website home, fullvelocitytv.com, the full event schedule, the list of our great sponsors, ways to get involved as a contributor, maybe even becoming a sponsor, or even better, watching out there live via Facebook Live. How about some love with some stars donations, as Phil and Todd will be out here all evening long with the gang from DWR. I'm a little bit hungry. I know donations go a long way to help me out with that as well, guys, or maybe send me a burger or a sandwich or whatever else. But, yeah, Stars donations can help us out a long ways. They keep our prices down, let us do a lot of great things, let us enhance the product and service you guys out there night after night. Be a part of our team today at the Full Velocity Racing Network. How about some stars out there on Facebook Live, over on YouTube? Well, you can absolutely get involved as well by heading over to the website and becoming a contributor to the network. We don't turn away anybody. You want to be involved with the network in some way, shape, or form, we'll allow you to do so. We're also going to go back to Green Flag Racing here. Is our iRacing iFlag Green Flag returns to the racetrack now as we begin lap number 32.
Yeah, already through turn number 3. Turn number 2, excuse me, as we were going 3 wide here through turn number 2. But it is Josh Peacock right now with the lead through turn 3. But here comes Surratt down to the bottom side, and then number 18 machine making a nice battle here for the top spot. 14 of RJ Klein now around the number 010 Brunson. Brunson fires back to the inside, so good battle going on amongst the top 4. Look at Surratt though, and the number 18 machine able to let it dig, able to come up here alongside the number 61 of Peacock. He's looking for 2 in a row, the Dwr Ewraps Modified Tour.
He certainly is, and he doubled up here last Sunday night as well. So can Kyle Surratt pull off another here tonight? 18 car is digging, gets a little bit loose this time through 3 and 4, allows that 61 of Peacock back to the lead. Kyle going to try to regroup, but we're going to go 3 wide on for second because look to the move to low side for RJ Klein. Casey Brunson there as well. That good little 2-car, 3-car race for second is going to slow down for the time being because that blinky yellow light. Yellow flag back on the speedway, 5th time tonight, presented by Hannibal Record Service. It comes out on lap number 34. Slow the field back down and put Todd back to work. We keep making him work down there. You're not going to get grumpy on us down there with all these replays, are you, Todd? Got to thank BladeNo.com for the replays, of course. Yeah,
BladeNo.com, instant replay. Got to thank those guys. They've been fantastic here. Remember, use promo code FULL, FVRN, I should say. FVRN, 25% off your first purchase over there as we get ready for another quick instant replay here. I'm not sure what happened here, Phil. I'm just looking here. Maybe the 25 coming to a stop here. I'm not 100% positive, so we're going to just take a look, ride with him as he slows down here out of there, drops down to pit road sodas or dunes. I'm not sure if that was it. I really not.
As Todd asked questions to himself out loud
Oh,
that I
Gledhill.
can't. Gledhill, oh no.
Yeah, well, it was right around the same time that was happening. It was Justin Gledhill through the corner here. And looks like Gledhill tried to check up there for the number 12 of Eric Eichstead. As he was going to, it looked like he was going to full send it on Eric. Unfortunately, Eric able to stay away from that one. But the 51 of Gledhill breaks. So that way he don't hit the number 12. And Justin Gledhill goes around the knot, hammers the outside wall. So fantastic there.
Yeah, but not so fantastic for Justin. I guess he did a good job not wrecking Eric. Eric's had enough issues here tonight. He got wrecked early, was upside down. He's got the car fixed. He got a couple of wave arounds. Todd, Eric Eichstadt somehow, some way on the lead lap and currently in the outside of the top 10, running in 11th. So if we get a short little burst of a restart, Electric Eric may have a shot at top 10. And dare I say, he can't get rid of his nickname curse tonight, can he?
I don't think so. I don't know, Phil. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, well, you're going to have to stay tuned to the network here live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV all evening long because this one here just about to wrap up with the UMPs. But 1 hour from now, 8:15 Eastern Time, the Dirt Warrior Racing guys are going to take on this same speedway in Lakeland, Florida, in the street stocks that they are very familiar with. So those guys will put one hell of a race on. I am sure it looks like a 2-lap shootout to settle it here tonight, not a 3-lap shootout. As we go back to Green Flag Racing, Josh Peacock going to lead Kyle Surratt down in turn 3.
Yeah, Peacock leading down into turn number 3. And the number 61 machine, can he hold off the hard charging Kyle Surratt aboard the number 18 machine? The Surratt dives down to the bottom side by side here. Off a turn, number 4 pops up with 6 in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway here for Peacock. Surratt letting her eat down onto the bottom side. Catfishing it down there, Phil. Still side by side through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Surratt does not have the momentum to forward drive off like the 61 does. But I tell you what, Surratt has that slide job in hand.
Yes, he does, and he may move it to his advantage this time through turns number 3 and 4 as we are going to come to one more trip around the speedway. White flag going to go in the air. Can Josh Peacock hold on in that Bulletproof Motorsports number 61? Kyle Surratt going to throw whatever monkey wrench he can do off of turn number 2, running the low side. Look at Casey Brunson and RJ Klein. Those guys haven't rolled in the outside lane. Peacock's got 2 more quarters to go. Can he hold on for the win? Drag race off aboard.
Surratt tries to get it, but Peacock going to take down the victory here tonight at USA. Able to hold on there. Surratt was breathing pretty deep. I thought he was going to be able to get around him. David Clymer in the 420 machine. Look at Clymer up to the 3rd spot there, Phil. I didn't see where he came from, but I tell you what, Clymer was really hustling around. Casey Brunson for 4, RJ Klein for 5, Stephen Moore, Caleb Ramsey, Justin Pruitt, and Steve Robbins and Eric Eichstead round out your top 10.
Well, this is going to be a pretty fun little post-race show coming up next here on the network. Josh Peacock going to go back to victory lane. Kyle Surratt this week going to have to settle on for 2nd. And David Clymer, a great move in that last lap and a half. He'll finish up 3rd. We'll talk all 3 of our top 3 next on the post-race show presented by BladeNo.com over at Discord. We'll be right back here live on your source for esports racing. Don't go anywhere. All
He likes.
right, back here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show for Dwr Racing tonight, brought to you by BladeNo.com, where Josh Peacock's just taking down the win here in Lakeland, Florida, over Kyle Surratt. And our third-place finisher now, and it's climber time aboard that number 420. David Clymer finishing up third. David, I'm not sure where you came from those last couple of laps. All of a sudden I look up, and there's our 420 car digging in third there with a chance to win there, buddy. Tell us about that run that last couple of laps.
Hey man, I was on the bottom pretty much all the way through, and it was gone. And I was just following people around, and I was getting roughed up down there. And nobody was really running a high side, and I tucked in behind Bronson, and I seen where he was running. And it was game over from there. I found out there was a cushion up there a little bit, and it was pedal to the metal.
You made it happen up there for certain, and you saw those guys race up in front of you all night long. You know, Josh and Kyle had really good cars, but if that you had a little bit longer run, say 3 or 4 laps there on that restart, your car was a bullet out there tonight. Did you have a real legit shot to pass those guys? Because I think your car coming from the back, arguably, I think was the fastest car out there. How do you think you would have fared if you had a couple more?
Oh yeah, if I had a couple more laps, I'd have been up there for sure, right there, going to the end with both of them going to the bottom, and leave me the high side with Peacock. If I'd have had at least another couple of laps, I'd have definitely made something, gave an attempt at it at least. So.
Man, brother, well, I'll tell you what, that thing was out there digging tonight, did a hell of a job to get a third place run, and I thought you had a pretty good shot to take down the win here tonight, David, but you're out here live with the Full Velocity Racing Network via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. I'm going to give you the floor one more time, buddy. Anybody out there you want to thank? Friends, family, and sponsors there, my friend, the floor is yours, and I'll take it.
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank Eric and everybody for putting this on. My wife for letting me come down here and race, you know, and God for letting us wake up every day, you know.
I absolutely agree with all three all the way around. There you have it, folks. Climber time down here at the post-race show here tonight, the 420. David Clymer gets position number 3 here out in the UMP modified, so let him get back to it. We'll see if David Clymer joined us out here in the street stocks here a little while. I'll walk a little bit further down here pit side, and we will find the driver of car number 18 who had a really good one here tonight. Last week's winner, Kyle Surratt. Kyle, you come up just a little bit, tad bit short, but man, your car was a bullet there tonight. You had something working down low where a lot of guys are really struggling down there. Tell us all about your night.
Yeah, I really seem to like the track style like this, and you know, like Williams Grove, obviously, places where you actually got to drive the car, use the brake a little bit. So, you know, I really like running the bottom at places like this, and a lot of guys don't. You know, they like to stay on the throttle. I prefer to just drive the car. Yeah, I got in that accident there on the first lap with Ramsey and Eichstadt, and had to go to the tail and got my car fixed and just drove the hell out of it.
No, you absolutely did, because you had a tough job to do back there, getting caught in that wreck early on. Had to drive, I believe, from like 50th or 60th on back to even get yourself back up here to the top 5. Don't forget going up there and for Peacock there for the race win going on. But you guys were side by side for, God, pretty much 6-8 laps there, going at it toe to toe. I mean, it shows. I mean, you say guys love to run the high side. You absolutely love the bottom and the throttle control and car control that comes with it. It's got to be so much fun to go toe to toe with a guy like Josh, do it as clean as you tell fellas did up there racing for.
Yeah, man, me and Josh race a lot together, and so we kind of know what each other's going to be doing on the racetrack. And you know, the high side was actually probably better there towards the end, but I mean, you got to go where they're not. So I just committed to the bottom for the rest of the race, and it would have been a little bit better of a finish, but 2 times in the last 3 laps there, I bounced the left front tire off the inside wall and kind of slowed my momentum up a little bit. But all in all, it was still a good night for me, and congrats to Josh on the win.
Absolutely. Well, Kyle, terrific run for you. A runner-up spot here tonight after the big win last week, I am sure. More of these W's here to come, but we got you here once again. Trackside of the Full Velocity Racing Network via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Kyle, I'm going to give you the floor one more time. Thank you. I'd like to thank out there that may be watching you.
Of course, I got to thank myself for putting this whole deal together, and I'm going to go ahead and thank my buddy Tommy Rogers at TNT Auto Source. Like I always say, if you're down in the St. Louis area, need your car fixed, look him up, and he'll get you done.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Kyle Surratt, a small operation, but a big-time heavy hitter behind the wheel. Kyle Surratt will take home second place tonight here in Lakeland, Florida, USA International. Almost making a bid for 2 in a row, but a guy who finds his way back to the winner's circle here tonight is a driver of that Bulletproof Motorsports, car number 61, as we jump over the pit wall, get down through this car to victory lane, as Todd has put me down here to work for the entire post-race show this evening. Josh, I get you down here victory lane, man. Terrific ride there for you tonight there, brother. Tell.
Yeah, man, I felt like I had a good car at the beginning and didn't have nothing for Casey, but he made that one little mistake to let me sneak my way in and catch a run on him.
This place looked to be awfully tough to pass out there tonight. You guys were really, setting it and let it eat up high, doing a really good job. Guys like Kyle really made something happen down low. The drag racing you guys had for about 8 or 10 laps was superb. I mean, were you any bit concerned at that point that you were in the wrong lane, or were you pretty content knowing you were up high and were probably in the fastest way around there in those closing laps?
Oh, I was content just because I suck running the bottom in these things. I'd rather run up high and lose a spot or two than run down low and junk a race car. But yeah, Kyle's really good on the bottom, and he was. I was trying to make sure I left him a lane and plenty of room just in case he did catch a run on me. But it was a good race overall.
It sure was. You guys did a hell of a job, and we're going to switch to it here in the Street Stocks here in a little bit. But before we do, Josh, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV, I give you the microphone once again as a big race winner. I think you know how this gig works there, buddy. Take the mic, take it away. Thank whoever you'd like to thank out there.
Now, first off, I thank Jim, Jason, Eric, DWR for putting this series on. Also, like to thank the VRN for the broadcast and visiting us 3 times a week to put us on the webs. Also, I thank my teammates, Bulletproof Motorsports. Thank my wife and all my friends and family and support my.
Oh, that is a guy very gracious right there. This is one terrific race car driver, and I think he's Todd's favorite at this point because Todd picks them all the time. The big winner here tonight from BladeNote.com, Victory Lane, the number 61 Bulletproof Motorsports machine, Josh Peacock, the big winner here tonight. So that is going to do it for this round of the Full Velocity Racing Network coverage of Dirt Warrior Racing. Got to thank Jim, Jason, and Eric over here at DWR. Thank our sponsors, of course. Got to thank Hanover Record Service. Of course, iRacing, iFlag, Avoyles Trucking, BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Jet. Got to thank all the guys here at the network, Jack Truin. Got to thank Martin Karch, Brett Rolls, and, of course, our buddy and partner in crime, Ron Piles. For my buddy and partner and best friend of the world, Mr. Todd Stanton, I'm Phil LeCast signing off, but we'll be back here live in about 45 minutes, 8:15 p.m. DWR Sunday Shootout coming up next on your source for esports racing. Go grab a bite to eat, a snack, a beverage, whatever you're going to do. I'm going to do all 3. We'll be back to you live here in about 45. We'll see you next time back here on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network.